Movie story recaps here. The movie starts off with a scene in Mexico in 1673, where we can see a family playing in a field. The youngest son gives a necklace to his mother, on which she says that she will always keep it safe. Then another scene is shown of that same little boy, who was all alone. He was finding his mother. While finding, he sees that his mother had killed his brother by drowning him in water. This terrifies him and runs to leave. She grabs his hand and kills him too. The movie shifts 300 years ahead. We can see a lady Anna, with her two kids, Chris and Samantha, dropping them to the bus at the school, in Los Angeles. Anna was a single parent. Her husband had died as he was in the police, and now she alone takes care of both of the kids. Anna used to work in social services, more specifically in child protection services. Anna had a case of a woman named Patricia. She was handling her case for years, but now his boss was giving this case to one of her other colleagues. She says that she has been known to Patricia and her kids for so long, and no one can know them more than her. The next day she gets a call from Patricia's kids' school, which informs her that they were not coming to school, after which Anna goes to Patricia's house along with a policeman. But she only allows Anna to come in. When she goes inside, she sees that Patricia was very scared. She could not see her kids, so she asks about the kids, and she says that the kids were safe. Anna sees a door there which many eyes were drawn when she goes near to it and tries to open it, but this makes Patricia angry and she attacks her, but before she could kill her, that policeman arrives and takes her. Anna somehow had got Patricia's keys, so she opens the door. She finds Patricia's kids there who are very scared. They ask her to shut the door or she will kill them. Anna does not understand anything. She leaves the kids at the Child Protective Services. Both of the kids had burn marks on their hands. On asking, they tell Anna that that white lady did this to them, whose name is La Llorona, but Anna does not take it seriously. She goes home. In midnight, she gets a call informing her that someone had killed one of the kids. She takes her kids to the place where this happened, which was near a lake. She tells her kids to stay in the car, and she goes to the police officer, who tells her that they both are killed the same way as a lady killed her sons in Mexico 300 years ago, whose name was La Llorona. Patricia also arrives there, and who was very sad about the death of her kids. She blames everything on Anna, and says that if she wouldn't take her kids out of there, they could be alive now. Only one night was left. Anna asks her who killed your kids, to which she shouts La Llorona. On the other side, we can see Anna's kids who were still in the car. Samantha had fallen asleep while Chris was still awake. He quietly gets out of the car when he suddenly hears the sound of someone crying. Turning and gazing in the direction from where the sound of coming, he sees a lady in the white dress. It was La Llorona. She grabs his hand, which makes him shout for help. He could feel his skin burning, but somehow he gets out of there. He sits in the car where Samantha was now also awake. Outside there was La Llorona trying to get in the car when at the last moment, Anna arrives there and takes them home. She then goes to the father of the church and asks him about La Llorona. He tells her everything about it. On the other side, we can see Samantha, who was playing with an umbrella outside the house. When she opens the umbrella, La Llorona appears in front of her, making her shout. She grabs her hand, and she suddenly leaves, leaving behind the burning mark on her hand too. When Anna sees those marks, she asks her, but Samantha lies and says that she fell while playing, resulting in these marks. A detective also arrives there, who was her husband's friend. He gives her Patricia's file, and says that they suspect her of killing her own kid, but they had no proof against her, because when her kids were killed, she was at the church at that time. The detective leaves after that. That night, Anna notices that Chris was sleepwalking, so she takes him to his bed when suddenly the door opens itself and a spirit enters the house. She closes the door, and when she comes back he sees that Patricia's file was fully disturbed. Papers were spreading all over. She understands that someone else was also in there. When she sees her daughter's room, she sees La Llorona there. When she tries to enter, the door closes itself, and La Llorona appears right in front of Anna. She asks her to leave her house and starts to attack her. When Samantha and Chris both arrive there, La Llorona also disappears. Anna puts both of the kids in bed, and she couldn't sleep by the stress of what had happened. In the morning she meets Patricia, who still accuses Anna of the death of her kids. She then notices the same marks on Patricia's hand too, which were on Samantha's hand, and Patricia's both kids too. Patricia further says that she begged in front of La Llorona and asked her to return her kids and instead take Anna's kids. Anna in one click understands that her kids were in danger and goes home. She sees that someone had thrown Chris down. It was La Llorona. She takes him to the doctor, where the doctor also notices the burn marks on his hand. After dinner, Anna asks Chris about what happened. He tells her everything about La Llorona. On the other side, when Samantha was in the shower, La Llorona attacks her, but at the last moment Anna arrives there and saves her. She understands that if she wants to save her kids, she has to take the help of the church. So she goes to the church and asks for help. After telling everything, Father explains and says that the church could help her, but she has to wait for some time, and Anna didn't have time. So he sends Anna to a man named Raphael. He also used to heal people with the help of his powers. At first, he refuses to help her, but on the force, he agrees. He takes his things with him and leaves with Anna. He first wanted to see if any spirit was really there or not, so he cracks some eggs from which a black liquid comes, which mean the spirit was present there. He spreads some of his spiritual things around the house for protection and starts to work on Llorona's tears, which will be used against her. At night, Raphael makes Anna and her kid sit in between the spiritual candles, so Llorona could not reach them, but the winds blow from there and all of the candles gets off. Llorona arrives at the house and attacks Chris when Raphael throws her own tears at her, resulting in her face burning. She leaves the house. Raphael quickly spreads the fire tree seeds around the house, forbidding Llorona to enter. Back then when she killed her sons, only the fire tree saw her. It is only the fire tree who knows her reality, that's why she could not do anything in front of it. She tries to enter from the back door. When Raphael and Anna try to hold back the door, Samantha sees that one of her toys was outside, beyond the fire tree seeds. She tries to get the toy, resulting in herself getting out of the boundary Raphael had made, so Llorona takes her inside the pool. Anna jumps inside to save her daughter. Llorona attacks both of them, but before she could do anything to them, Raphael throws some of the spiritual seed inside the pool, and Llorona had to come out. This saves Anna and her daughter. Anna notices that she had a necklace in her hand which was of Llorona. She and Raphael take both of the kids inside the house, but Samantha was now in control of Llorona. She tries to go outside many times, and Anna makes both of them sit in a closet and locks the door. Now someone had entered their house. It was Patricia. She takes Anna's kids out of the closet. She believes that, if she will hand over Anna's kids to Llorona, she will get her own kids back. Anna and Raphael also arrives there. Raphael asks her not to do this, but she does not listen to him and injures him. She then removes the seed spread there and tries to go outside. When Llorona comes inside, she attacks Anna at first and locks her into the basement. Anna's kids run to the upper floor, but failing from hiding, Llorona appears in front of them. She wanted to kill them. Chris had her necklace, so he shows it to her, which reminds her of her own kids, and she comes back to her real self. On another side, Patricia also realizes her mistake and understands that Llorona will never bring her kids back. So she helps Anna to come out of the basement. Back there, Llorona was touching Chris like he was her own son. When suddenly Samantha's hand gets on a cover, which was used to cover a mirror, it drops and Llorona sees herself in the mirror. The devil inside her again wakes up, and she turns back again. Raphael was about to attack her, but she flies him into the air. Meanwhile, both of Anna's kids come to her. Now she was coming to them to kill them. Raphael passes the cross made from a fire tree's wood to Anna. When Llorona comes to attack, Anna kills her with that cross, and she dies there. Now everything was back to normal. Anna and her kids thank Raphael, because it was him who saved them, and the movie ends here. This movie was released in 2019. The rating of this movie on IMDb is 5.3. Thank you for watching.